My son calls me frantic. Like he was just hysterical.
Somebody tell me what happened right now. Come in here right now. I need to know what happened right now.
That the police officer shot the dog.
Get some care for the dog, please.
It was supposed to be Ace's routine nighttime walk. Almost immediately after Justin Fuller walked out of his front door with the 10-year-old goldendoodle, the dog was shot in the face by officers from Detroit's Wayne State University, who were responding to a neighbor's request for a wellness check. Robin and Justin do not live on campus, but say those particular WSU cops are always patrolling near their complex, so they're familiar with each other.
The first call to action was to kill, and I feel like just because of an animal, you wouldn't have done that to a human. So why would you do it to an animal?
Do you fear that if you moved a little suddenly, that it might have been you instead of Ace?
I was thinking that, and me and my mother were both worried about that. There's a multitude of things that could have happened. I could have ran out to my car for something, and because I ran out too fast in the rain, I could have gotten shot. You know, it's just a lot.
I think if he just would have turned around and took a second, because really, he fired 2 shots. He missed the first time. So the concerning thing is, had my son ran out, it could have been him. You know what I mean? I just lost my other son to gun violence in August. So we're still trying to work through all those things. The investigation's open.
Robin Dolder's son was a victim of gun violence in a domestic dispute last year. She says no one has ever faced charges in his death.
Maybe 5 things you would want for your birthday.
A dog. D-O-G.
Justin got Ace as a pup, a sweet gift for his 10th birthday. Justin says once the cops shot Ace, the dog darted into the house, and his well-being was Justin's only concern.
Oh my God!
The cops eventually ended up coming to my door. First thing the cop asked me, he asked me if I was okay. And immediately I told him no, I was panicking. I was like, no, I'm not okay. You just shot my dog. Like, I'm not okay. Like, that wasn't the right response, but I just kept asking him, can you get help for the dog? Get help for the dog. I don't care about how I feel. Get help for the dog. That's the thing that's hurt. That's what you should be doing. And he was like, well, you got to look up vets in your area and go take him to one. And I'm like, okay. And at first I started doing it. I was like, okay. And I started looking up vets. But, when you think back about it, you're the officer. You're supposed to be doing it. I was in a panic trying to figure out what to do.
Eventually, Robin's boyfriend showed up and calmed the situation down. They took Ace to an emergency vet who fitted him with this cone and says Ace will be fine. Still, this family has a lot of questions surrounding how everything unfolded.
How do you think that your interaction, Justin, with police will be going forward?
I can say that Ace has definitely changed in the way he's acting, but I feel like that's only because he's injured. And I think he might be able to be fine, but I don't think anything can erase the trauma that he felt in that moment.
And how do you feel? Do you feel traumatized as well? And this question goes for you too, Mom.
Yeah, I do. From what happened to my oldest son, and then, I'm not a gun fan anyway. I just, I am. I replay it too because it could have been both of them. Because the officer missed the first time, and bullets do fly and ricochet, and where Justin was, if he would have ran out, so I'm so thankful, but it is traumatizing just to know that, dang, they were right 25 feet outside the door.
How do you feel to learn that officer will not face charges?
I mean, it pisses me off, but I predicted that. I did, because they don't, when you go by our Michigan state law, dogs are property. So the law has to change here in Michigan and be more specific for pets, because pets are a part of our life. Times we help you see, they do a lot. Trying to hold it all together and trying to be as positive as I can, but I'm starting to get a little angry, understandably so.
Do you think that this may lead you to help maybe create that action around that law in Michigan?
Absolutely. I will use my voice And I think I've done a great job using it so far.
Gamble says she plans on suing the Wayne State University Police Department and is in the process of securing an attorney. Inside Edition Digital reached out to the Wayne State University Police Department repeatedly and received no response. The officer who shot Ace reportedly will not face any charges. For Inside Edition Digital, I'm Stephanie Officer.